Our games, and I am joining you today to do one more round of Rolling Realms for this week. This is the third part of the three-round solo challenge for January, brought to you by Micah on Board Game Geek. I have a link to that in the comments below. And as I have learned for sure yesterday, Micah uses a random number generator to do these dice rolls, and it glitched this month a little bit. And so every round actually has the exact same rolls. I'm going to try to forget that a little bit. Like, I kind of know in the back of my head which rolls are coming up. I'm going to try to forget that for the most part when I go into this. But that's also maybe part of an interesting challenge here. You know the rolls are going to be the same as they were yesterday and the day before, and maybe you can... I think it's fair game to use that knowledge to optimize this round as much as possible. Next week, we'll get back to doing normal plays where I actually roll the dice. Today, we're playing with Wingspan. In Wingspan, you are writing a number from left to right on one of these three cards. And you can jump around from card to card. You get the benefit directly below it, including a star at the end on the far right. And if the sum of all the numbers that you write down on one of these cards, when you complete that card, adds up to that number, you get a bonus star. Inside, you're doing one of maybe three things, essentially. Either you're using a number to cross off a top row slot and gain the benefit, or you're using a number and paying a resource to cross off a bottom row slot to gain a star. Or the optimal thing to do inside is use a number to cross off a top row slot to gain the benefit, and then right away, you can ignore the number directly below it. As long as you can pay that resource, you can pay the resource directly below it, cross it off, and get the star directly below it. I'll be trying to do that in my run through here. And last, we have the difficult Tapestry realm, where you're trying to use these polyomino shapes. You have to put the full shape in here to fill in rows and columns to get stars, and to complete boxes, the equivalent of districts in the game Tapestry, to gain one-time resources. So you can hopefully see what I'm doing here. Let's jump into the first roll, and it is, what a surprise, a 3 and a 4. So we have a 3 and a 4. And actually, let me look over and see the number to beat. The best, so this is over on Board Game Geek, 13.3. So fairly low scores in this round, 13.3 with that 3 and a 4. What can we get out of it? So 3 and 4 require a coin and a pumpkin down here. So if I put the 3 over here, I'd have a pumpkin to use Scythe right away. I could also do something over here in Tapestry to fill in a 3 shape right away as well and get a pumpkin. Let's go after Wingspan. Let's put the 3 here to get a pumpkin. We'll put the 4 here in Scythe. And right away we'll pay a pumpkin. So I get a coin for that. Right away we'll pay a pumpkin to get a star as well. I could use a 1 coin over in Tapestry, but it really isn't worth all that much. That'll be more useful later in the round. So roll number 2 is a 3 and a 1. A 3 and a 1. So a 3 and a 1. I could do another Scythe thing over here. I could also use the 3 over in Tapestry, maybe just put the 1 over in Wingspan. What do I do? I'm trying to outsmart this opponent that got 13.3, which is a little low for this round. So I'm curious what is going to add up to make this not work. I'm guessing there aren't many 6s that will come up and really help over here in Tapestry. What to do? I guess we'll do the obvious thing. Seems too obvious now to do that. We'll put the 3 over here in Scythe and right away spend that coin that we already have. We'll gain another pumpkin, and we'll use the 1 over in Wingspan to gain another coin. Nothing doing in Tapestry yet. Roll number 3, a 3 and a 5. Okay, we got to do something in Tapestry now, I feel like. So let's do it. Let's do something in Tapestry. Let's put a 5. Let's put a big 5 up here in the corner. I think that's probably the best place to put it. Okay, so we'll put it up here over in Tapestry. I could have actually done it in Scythe too. That might be the only... So I'm looking ahead to the future a little bit, remembering, because I do kind of know what's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and put a 5 here. I just have a hunch that I should go ahead and use the 5 there. I think this was a 5 light round, so it cost me that. I get a heart. I know that's really not the way you want to play Rolling Realms. This is a weird scenario to do, but we're just going to roll with it and see how it goes. Next week we'll be back to rolling dice. I need to use the 3 somewhere. Normally I would be happy to use the 3 over here in Wingspan, but I don't really need that star early in the game, so it might be better to use it here. It might also be better to start something over in Tapestry, but a 3 is a high enough number, I think, to justify doing that. Again, I will ignore Tapestry this turn. All right, roll number 4. We have a 3 and a 4 again. So if I have 2 coins, I could copy one of these numbers. I don't have 2 coins yet, but I might be able to get one. This is the first round where Scythe is not very good, and that's okay. I'll hold out for later to complete Scythe. 3 and a 4. So a 3 is again good in the Wingspan over here. A 4 would be pretty good in Wingspan. 4 is probably better over there. Let's put a coin in Tapestry. Yeah, let's put the coin, or not the coin. Let's put the 3 up here to get a coin in Tapestry, and we'll use the 4 in Wingspan. Put it here, then I'll need 2 6s there. If I put it here, I'll need a 5. I just don't think we're going to get any more 5s. And so, it's a little bit of a gamble. I'll put it here. We'll see if that works out. All right, turn 5. Turn 5, we have a 2 and a 3. Did I not write down a number? I didn't write down the 3 and the 5. 3 and the 5. We have a 2 and a 3. Here are the numbers so far. Okay, we have a 2 and a 3. I could do this thing over here in Scythe. Could be a good time to do that. The 3 is also good in Wingspan. It might be a good time just to finish off that card. I think I'm seeing now why this round is a light round. It's because Tapestry is not working well. We're not getting these big numbers early on. It's really helpful to have a 6 early on in Tapestry. Yeah, let's go ahead and use the 2 to get a heart. I have a pumpkin, so cross that off. I actually have 4 stars now total in Scythe so far. That's the 2. The 3, I lean towards just using it in Wingspan. I think that's fine. It is, again, a little early to go for the star, but that's okay. It does add up to the right number, so we're getting 2 stars out of that. Roll number 6, or turn number 6. We have a 6 and a 2. Here's where we finally start to see some 6s, which should be pretty helpful. I know I'll need 1 eventually over here in Scythe. Tapestry is a great place for 6s. Wingspan is too. Like, I know for sure that I need 1 here. So let me go ahead and do that one. I need that 6 in Wingspan. The 2 is a little more tricky, but let's see if I can work around it a little bit and maybe get... Actually, no, I'm not going to be able to do it perfectly. But, yeah, what do I want to do with the 2? So what I want to do, really, is copy that 6 and use it over in Tapestry. So I'm going to use 3 hearts to copy the 6 and use it over here in Tapestry. And I will put it... I want to put it in a place where I have room to maybe use another 6 later, but also maybe to complete a row and column. Yeah, okay, so let's put it right here. Let's put the 6 right there. We'll get a heart out of it. That's the copied 6. I still haven't used the 2, and I don't know if I will. I think I will just create a 1 value die over here to gain a coin and spend a heart to get my 5th star out of Scythe. And now I still have not used the 2, and that's okay. I get a free resource out of it. I think that resource will be a pumpkin. I think I'm going to need that adjustment. All right, roll number 7. We have a 1 and a 2, a low value. I kind of knew that was coming, but maybe I should have waited. Not a great roll for Wingspan. I think this is maybe what people are going to run into in Wingspan. Lower numbers in Wingspan later in the game. But let's do what we can. Let's make it work if we can. Because I could put the 2 over here and I could manipulate it a little bit. I don't know if that's a great call. I might just have to go short in Wingspan. I think that might be the way to go. Over here in Tapestry, I could use that 2 2. So I have a 1 and a 2. What am I going to do with these? So here's the 2. Let's do that with a 2. I get a pumpkin. Also completes that row, which could be good. The 1, let's toss it down in Wingspan. Let's just put it right there and get a heart. We're essentially giving up. In fact, we are giving up on getting both stars out of Wingspan, but that's okay. Maybe we can still get 5 stars out of Wingspan. And that's the 1, that's the 2. I could now create a 2 if I wanted, but I can't really do much in Tapestry or in Scythe. At the very least now, though, I could create a 3 just to use in the bottom row in Scythe, but I'll save that for later. I don't need to do that urgently now. I think that's the way to go. There, yeah. All right, turn 8. Wow, it's coming fast here. A 6 and a 6. Okay, I knew this was coming. I knew we would have a 6 and a 6. I need one of those 6s over here in Wingspan. That gets me 2 stars. The other 6, so I was thinking I could put the 6 over here in Scythe, but I don't know if I really need to. I don't know if I need that pumpkin necessarily. I could just use a 3 down there later and get the star. So what I really need from Scythe is the star. The 6 could be more valuable over here in Tapestry, where I'm ideally going to complete another row or column. What is the way that I can do that? There are a couple places. There's a couple places where I can put in a big shape here to get a row or column going here. I think the best way to do it, actually, no, I can do one right now. I can complete a row or column right here. There we go. That gets me a pumpkin and a coin. So I've used both 6s. I could do something over in Scythe. Although, so right now is the time where I could use that 3, but I might as well wait for the final turn and just get that star then. I can use any number over here in Wingspan to get that final star. I'm just kind of trying to get more stuff in Tapestry. So I guess the question is, should I do that more stuff now or wait? Let's wait. Let's see what the final number is. A 6 and a 3 is the final number. Have I not been writing down anything in this game? Okay, we have the 6. Yeah, I haven't been writing down anything. We have the 2 and the 3. We had the 6 and the 2. We had the 1 and the 2, the 6 and the 6, and the 6 and the 3. So we actually got the 3 that we needed in Scythe. I can use any number over here in Wingspan. Let's do this. Let's use the 3 there, cross off a heart, get that final star. Let's create a 1 value die to throw down here in Wingspan. Get that 5th star. We're done with Wingspan. We haven't used the 6. Oh no, here's the tricky thing. We haven't used the 6 yet. Yeah, that's why we did it, because the 6 no longer fits in Tapestry. I probably should have put the, yeah. There was another shape I could have done. I could have put it in right here and put in that other 6 right there. That's what I totally should have done. But it's too late now. Definitely too late now to do that. I can't even manipulate it down to a 5. It might be better for me to use the 6 here, actually, rather than that 3. So let's do that. I'm actually going to cross this off either way. I'm going to put the 6 here. I gain a pumpkin. I still spend the heart either way. I get that star. But now I have a 3 still available to use over in Tapestry. Let's see if we can complete another row or column. I don't think we can. Yeah, it's just a little too tight. It would take a lot of pumpkins. You know, maybe we actually have enough pumpkins to do it. This is the one I'm looking at, this row, because that only needs a 2. I have 2 coins. I could put the 3 there. I would need a bunch of pumpkins to do it. So I need to get another pumpkin to be able to pull this off. So let's get another pumpkin. So let's use 2 coins. No, I need to do the pumpkin first. Let's not use those coins yet. We have the 3 to use. That's the one that we know for sure. We have the 3. Let's use the 3. I now need to create a 1 value die, manipulate it with 3 pumpkins to fill in this slot. And now I will create 1 more die. Oh, and that gives me a pumpkin. Now I have 3 pumpkins to spend using this newly created 1 value die. It's now a 2 using those 3 pumpkins to get that heart right there. Wow, really used all the resources that round. And ended up with a decent score. What did I get? 1, 2, 3. Got 3 out of Tapestry. And so that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 on the dot. Exactly 14, which actually is, with you know, knowing the future and all that. I don't know if the other competitors in this round really knew that, but yeah, it's the best score so far in the challenge this month, so that's pretty cool. Not bad. Let's see, the score to beat was 49.4. Let's see what I got. I had 14 plus a great score yesterday, 19.6. 19.6 plus 15.4. 15.4 equals 49 on the dot. So I am in third place for the month. A few people had really, really good scores in the first round. Well done to Mixters22 and Baron Danglers. They got better scores than I did. And hopefully you'll have an even better score than I did, or hopefully you'll just have fun playing along. I've had fun with this round this week. It's an interesting round to use the same numbers round after round, not normal for rolling realms, but I had fun doing it. And yeah, thanks for playing. Post your scores in the comments below when I post this over on YouTube, and have a great weekend. Take care. Bye.